What it do, people? This is a quick little video on how I started and how I learned how to play Street Fighter 5. A lot of times when you're getting into a new fighting game, it's kind of hard to learn and know how to particularly play the game, especially if you're new to playing fighting games. So first things first, remove a tier list out of your mind completely. A tier list does not matter to you at this point in learning the game. Don't stress too much about learning frame data, and it's a slow and grindy process here. So the first thing that I did when I learned Street Fighter is I did a bunch of matches with different characters to kind of try to see who I had a good feeling with. And then I went over to Twitch and YouTube and I watched a bunch of videos to see how certain characters played, and then I played them in matches to see if they match my playstyle. So one help of advice that I would give is to avoid the shotos. Now, if you played other fighting games and things like that, it becomes easier to kind of pick up a shoto, and I feel like you're limiting yourself to really learning the game and the mechanics and characters, because if you play games like Marvel and stuff like that, then of course you kind of are familiar with Ryu and Ken, Akuma and characters like that, so you're really not diving deep into learning the game. And from there, you want to just play matches, get a solid feel, understand how your character plays, and then once you figured out your character, go to Twitch and watch, or YouTube, and watch videos on how people are utilizing the character. See how they're utilizing the tools that they're using and certain moves. And then when you slowly kind of get that feel of how people are playing them, then it helps develop and create that into your own playstyle. And then when you get to that point, so now you're ready to kind of elevate your character up, and that is what I'm gonna kind of show you here just a little bit. After you have picked your character and you have like a solid feel for them and everything like that, you're gonna play a few matches. Okay, you're gonna play like public matches and casual matches to kind of see how they feel. And then after you kind of get a good grasp for how the character feel and that you really like them and want to invest time with them, then you're gonna go and train them. Now you're gonna try to learn some B&B combos. So you're gonna go to YouTube or watch a player play with the character. You're gonna find a combo or that you think that you could pull off, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna keep practicing that same combo over and over. And then another thing is that is very, very essential in fighting games is you need to know what all buttons like link. Okay, so if I hit them with this, it leads into that, and hit them with that. And then another essential thing is that you want to know what moves combo into your critical art. So you need a combo that you need to learn a combo that critical, like that lands into that as well, because it helps. It's a very essential part of just getting that closing off damage. So you want to be able to like master a combo or just certain moves. So like, all right, so I know I'm here, I know that I can do that leads into my critical art if I need to get it off. Okay, I know a combo, and I know combos that lead into it and things like that. And then the one thing that is also good about Street Fighter that I did is that I don't study frame data. I don't know frame data or anything like that. I'm a visual type learner. So in learning, it was helpful that and you can even turn the color on so that you can see. All right, here on shield, or let's move the dummy to all guard off. So here I said here, and I said okay, I'm plus here, I'm +2, and then okay, I'm plus, well, it's not blocking, we're supposed to block, but all right, I'm plus here, and I'm negative, or yeah, or whatever. So you kind of visually see everything that you are. And then okay, I see red, I know I can't push these buttons, so it's a good way. And then it's like, all right, so I can do this, I'm still blue. Okay, so I can do that, I'm still blue. And then you mess around and you push buttons and you kind of see what are you minus and plus on. And that's kind of one of the essential things, is that you want to know what you are first. And that is kind of the gifts of how I started. I played a lot, I figured out the character that I liked it. I got into, after playing a few matches and trying to learn the character, and seeing what worked. How did I want to develop and create my own play style for my character? I came into training, and that is when I started putting in that work, because what happens is that in the process of learning, you end up playing many different characters, and you like, oh, okay, well, I like this character. So your lab put all that time in it. Next week you're playing another character because you didn't feel it. So there's nothing wrong with like just playing and then trying to get like a solid feel, and then even from there, you on your own, you figure out what connects. You be like, oh, okay, I can do this does that and stuff like that, and it helps develop you. So now you sold your mind, and you feel connected and unified with the character. So from there, you go into the training mode and you break down your character even further. You know, you put that time into lab to understand, and then you watch the videos, you figure out some combos, like, and you start off with one combo. I've been using one fucking combo since I've started learning Lucia. I learned one combo, which is I was doing this to get out of bronze, and then, oh my gosh, I put it on block all, but like I literally learned one combo, and then or no, my bad, that isn't the combo I learned. All right, so my first combo that I like really learned was like and into critical art. I dropped the critical art, but yeah, I learned that, and I learned the things that I could do in this, etc., and that's how I kind of started off, and then try to figure out the neutral and things like that. And then from learning that one combo, once I got that down, I started exploring and learning another combo, because you don't want to like overload yourself with so many combos, you're not gonna remember them. And then you can also do trials if you want. I didn't do trials, because I learned piece by piece. I learned one combo, and I keep trying to implement it into my gameplay. I keep trying to learn to react when I can perform that and get those hits off and everything. And then I take in and I slowly bring in pieces to another combo into my play. And then from there, I keep developing and growing as a player, because I'm not forcing myself to learn too much at one time. I take baby steps. So I learned that one combo, I learned what leads into my critical art, and then from there I'm playing neutral. I know what my hits then land into, what, you know, I know what I'm looking for, you know, just simple stuff like that I can get. And the more and more you play, the more and more you figure out, and then it's like, oh, okay, I got this hit, I can do this, you know. And like, you know, I know what I'm minus on and stuff, and then working out my habits instead of trying to figure out like, okay, well, there's like 5 combos I'm trying to remember and I'm practicing them every day. You're not gonna remember that, because it's easy enough to sit in training mode, practice a bunch of combos all day, and then you get into a real match, all of that goes out the window. So start yourself off slow. Don't worry yourself about tier lists. Try not to focus too much on frame data, because you just want to understand how to play the game. And then another thing to take into fact is that the way when you're ranking, when I learned and how I play is I was watching tournament players play, and then you go into ranking and people in bronze don't play like how tournament players play. So you have to learn, you have to break down and further like your play style to get the fuck out of bronze and silver. So, you know, you got to learn how to anti-air, you got to learn how to practice time and that. And Street Fighter has a really in-depth training mode where you can set the dummy to jump on you, so you can practice the anti-airs and stuff like that. So it helps, and it helped build you, and that's just simply what I did. I played a lot of matches until I slowly work on building myself up as a player, build my character up. I started with one combo, figured out how to play the neutral, how to break down these characters. I didn't focus too much on learning frame data, so I'm not overloading myself. Got into training mode, and I just start pushing buttons. You know, you just figure out what works, what doesn't work, what I can do, what I can't do. And then the more and more I saw other people do stuff, then I'm like, oh, okay, that leads into that. That is the missing piece to my combo. Okay, that is what I'm gonna do next. And then, you know, after that, it's like, boom, okay, I can do this. I saw them do that, they blocking that, so there's my mix up, you know. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Just take it slow, figure out that character that you want to play, watch people play them, learn you a simple B&B, learn what basic hits in neutral can you confirm into the next, you know, just stuff like that. And then be familiar with your special moves, be familiar on an idea of what your neutral with your character is supposed to look like. and slowly develop that all into your play style for your character. Don't try to be out here playing like all the other pro players and stuff like that. Don't try to concern yourself with a tier list. If you're gonna play, just ease yourself into it that way. Figure out what buttons lead into what. Figure out what your V trigger and V skills do. Which ones are good for your character and good for, and that match your play style. Learn how to utilize your tools as far as the V skill, V trigger. Learn combos to get that critical art off. That is essential. You want to know how to get it off, because that's your damage when you starting off. You like, yeah, people gonna be talking about, oh, it's not optimal. Fuck all of that. Right now, you want damage. Shit, you want to get your little easy dubs off getting that critical art. So you need to know what 4 buttons can I push, what button leads into that gets my critical art off. And then from there, you can build yourself up to understanding the game bigger and better. And to be more advanced. But that's essentially how I started off. I think I've been playing since like June. I think I've been playing since like June, July, I want to say, and I just eased myself into the game. So one more time, you want to just play around with a bunch of different characters until you feel like that you find the character that fits you. When I started off with Ed. I went to Seth. And then I just landed on like Lucia after watching Tay play. So you never know, like, and I just went from there. You just watch, you play. Once you figure out that character, play some matches with the character. Figure out if that character fits you. Try to just dabble pushing buttons until you feel comfortable with the character, because you're trying to learn and understand your character. And then you go into training mode. And from training mode, you want to learn you a B and B. You need to learn you one good combo string, one good combo hit that you can do. Perfect that. It's gonna carry you. Then you need to learn what to do when you activate your V trigger. What hit can you get off that leads into your V trigger for V trigger combos? So that's essentially like 2 good combos that you want to learn. You want to learn your regular B and B. You want to learn a hit into V trigger combo, and then you want that makes 3, and then you want to learn hits into critical art. Those are like the 3 type of combos that you want to kind of familiarize yourself with when starting and playing Street Fighter. That is what I did. And then from there, you want to know, you want to sit around and push buttons in training mode to see and kind of understand your own frame data first. A lot of people are going to preach frame data, but when you're starting off, that's too many numbers and stuff to realize, because later on, what you can do, the more and more you start playing the game and you visualize it, you will see, and then you got to learn how to react. So I mean, that's just the basic start. Those are the basic things that you want to concern yourself with when starting off. That is how I did it. Hopefully this advice works and helps out for you wonderfully. Once again, I stream on Twitch. Feel free to give your boy a follow. Don't forget to like, comment, sub down below in the bottom. Check me out again on Twitch, twitch.tv/Nahgato. And also in the bottom, leave your comments on how you started. How long have you been playing Street Fighter? How did you start playing? What character did you pick? What things did you do that help you dive deep into Street Fighter? And if these tips also helped you in figuring out how to get into playing Street Fighter, let your boy know. That is all. See y'all next time. Deuces.